Paying for interviews. Paying for interviews. I guess we all want a little bit of money for our time.
I do.
I get it. I get it. But as I've been saying this since, I don't know, 2017, 2018, it creates a whole lot of more problems that are difficult to manage. And the platforms are valuable. StreetTV has some value. Morals Over Money has some value. Of course, No Jumper and Vlad, because they have a huge following, has significant value. So the prize is being able to be on the platform to tell your story, to promote what you got going on, and to push your brand. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's why a majority of platforms don't pay. And I'll say a majority of them. But once you start paying, and I believe we can say Vlad is the leader of this, now you start opening up the floodgates. You pay for Keefe D. Now, every time that Keefe D wants to do an interview, he's going to want to be paid. So now you go to Art of the Dialogue. I say Art of the Dialogue because he'll pay. And then if Keefe D wants to do another interview, let's say, who else pays? We got Art of the Dialogue that pays. VladTV pays. Adam pays sometimes, but not as consistently as some of the other platforms.
All right.
And when I mean pay, for interviews, not for podcast hosts should be paid. That's a job.
No.
We're not talking about that.
I don't pay for interviews.
Yeah, we're talking about interviews, not podcast hosting. I think Cam Capone News pays sometimes, but there's another one that pays. Who else? Oh man, I was offered to go on Art of the Dialogue before, and he was paying, and I had said no, and then they offered me some money, thinking I was going to say yeah. And I said, no, I even more don't want to go, you know.
Sean Cotton.
Thank you. Sean Cotton, Art of the Dialogue, and Vlad are the main payers. And would you throw No Jumper into that as well?
I mean, No Jumper pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Jumper pay, but damn, the leader is big. So you said Vlad the leader?
Vlad is definitely the one that...
Or the face.
He started this movement. He started the movement. And of course, I think there's a lot of channels that want to compete. You know, they want to compete, and you can't compete on that level unless you're going to pay now.
Man, it's kind of hard to believe that he started to pay the pay pattern.
All right, let me play you a clip then. Let me play you a clip here. Here we go. This is a clip of Sean Cotton on No Jumper talking about paying for an interview.
All right, so you just said that you're going to double down on media this year. How do you feel about these prices, these
Vlad has opened something that's just getting worse. And
my God.
It starts with Charleston too. Like Charleston White went around was name dropping how much he was making off, Say Cheese and Dan's a Project, and then everybody else wants to match that when Charleston's a 1-on-1.
Yeah. I think Vlad announcing his prices he fucked the game up.
Yeah.
He doesn't really say the dollar amount for the most part, but he said the 6ix9ine is the most he ever paid somebody.
Yeah, I figured out how much he paid him.
Yeah, he told me too. Yeah. But everybody's minds go wild trying to figure it out,
And I think people think they like these clips make more than what they actually make too.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this shit is really hit or miss. We don't know that. It ain't like we're paying you a royalty per view.
Right.
Like, we don't know. We could give you $1,500, but the interview makes $700.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really fucking know, bro. And these people think we're making, or our YouTube's making, which we do make decent money, but it's not what they think we're making.
I was sitting there with Unc the other day and we were talking about Charleston and your situation, and he's saying Say Cheese making $200,000 a month off of interviews. I'm like, do you know how you're talking about like 20 million plus views? I'm pretty sure if I go look at everything that Say Cheese ever did, they're not getting 20 million views a month on average.
We're not.
Maybe during the pandemic or at the height of your shit, but not right now. And even like you always saying that 10,000 for a Charleston interview, even that seems like you might kind of break even on it sometimes.
Nah, with Charleston, because I was really playing the watch hour game.
Okay.
See, I don't play views. Everybody's looking at views. I'm looking at watch hours.
Yeah.
And YouTube's pays you more by the watch hours.
So you drop a 2-hour Charleston interview.
Drop a 2-hour Charleston interview. His interviews will make about 20 to 30 sometimes. Okay. Sometimes it does break even.
And then you can do the clips too.
Then clips.
Add more.
Then clips. So, I mean, Charleston interview, man, fuck Charleston, though.
But that's someone who's like local. He's down the street. So it's easy for you to do it. You don't have to worry about plane tickets and hotels and everything. But there's a lot to talk about.
Let's get into that. All right, so one thing I seen was Charleston did his last interview with you. And on the last interview, he was kind of shitting on you. Yeah. He was like, you know what? Everything on Say Cheese that's posted about me is negative. He said brands is reaching out to him saying that everything on the Say Cheese platform that's posted about him is negative, but when he goes over here with Aiden Ross, it's all positive and shit. He kind of basically said that he outgrew the Say Cheese platform and he don't need you anymore. Then he did an interview with some random person, and then I think the views were like 2,000. And I seen you make a post about it, and you was kind of trolling him like, Charleston, come back, come holler at me. You see this ain't what it is. All right, what's your relationship right now, and how serious was that conversation?
Which we do make decent money, but it's not what they think we're making.
All right, so Sean Cotton there acknowledging Vlad as the one who started all this mess. And let me play. Now this is a very recent interview. This is 2026. Sean Cotton on No Jumper. Let me play you Vlad in 2019. Being interviewed by me, and we talk about payment regarding Keefe D. Well, first we'll talk about, let me play this clip where he talks about the Keefe D, and then I'll play a second clip where he talks about payment. Again, this is 2019, 7 years ago. Here we go.
I think a lot of people want to hear about what Keefe D got to say. What he's bringing to the table.
He did one episode when
let me actually just explain what this clip is from. This is when I was the host of Gangster Chronicles with Reggie Wright and Mob James, and we used to do our podcast. We used to just rock. It wasn't an interview based podcast. It was just us rocking on whatever topics, and then eventually the interview started to come. And that was something that was not my idea. And also on this day, I was being told that Vlad was coming. So I really wasn't prepared to do the interview. I was actually pissed. I'm like, this is not what the show is supposed to be about. This is Gangster Chronicles and we got VladTV. Well, yeah, because we're trying to grow our channel. Okay, so that's what this is about. And you will hear Reggie Wright and Mob James in this 3-minute clip.
Okay.
Maybe. I think a lot of people want to hear about what Keefe D got to say, what he's bringing to the table.
He did one episode when he started talking about the Suge and Suge crying and stuff. I think it got like 250, almost 300,000 views in one day in a 24-hour time period.
Well, let's start off with Keefe D, man, since that's the hot topic on the table. I know you don't want to reveal too much because the way you do your videos, you put out, 30 different clips of one guy. And so that means this Keefe D won't be done for about, 2-3 weeks maybe?
I mean, it's going to be going through the whole month.
The whole month.
I think it's 20-something clips.
Can you reveal anything interesting about the Keefe D interview?
Well, I mean, it just started today. It's a Vlad interview. So if you've seen the way I do my interviews with guests for the first time, it's kind of like a bio. Pick in a way where it tells their story from the very beginning to where we are today. So the clip that started today talked about how his family moved into Compton and how white flight started to take a hold during that time. Some of the racist stuff he kind of dealt with, and it kind of gets into the gang situation in Compton. How he got jumped by a couple of Bloods when he was a kid, and the next clip is going to get into how he joined the Southside Compton Crips and how he kind of started his criminal enterprise and, leading to the Tupac situation and afterwards.
I think that's the most interesting part of Keefe D's story is his connection to the homicide of Tupac Shakur. And I'm assuming you pulled no punches on that.
If you've ever seen a VladTV interview, you know how how I conduct it.
I mean, I've seen some interviews where you could have asked some more stuff, could have went in more, and I think maybe you put the brakes on a couple times. I don't know if you put the brakes on. When it comes to Keefe D and Tupac. I mean, it's a sensitive topic. I mean, you're basically asking somebody about a murder that they were involved in.
Yeah.
And that doesn't come up in most of your interviews.
Well, as much he can't really say, but what he got to remember, he can only say what's in the book. Because if he goes saying different shit, that's going to hurt him in the long run. So he don't want to, and it might be hard to get the real shit out of Keefe D. So a lot of people that's paying attention and watching this interview might be saying, "Oh, this dude full of shit."
But he admitted everything to Caden.
But
that was under a proffer agreement.
Yeah,
that's a big difference.
Yeah, so just him being on Vlad. If Vlad can get it out of him like he do with everybody else, then he got a good interview going. But if Keefe D come off on some bullshit, everybody else is gonna read into it because. Yeah. Man, but this dude ain't being truthful, or this dude he don't want to tell the truth. So,
but he put it in the book. If for those who read his book, he basically outlines what happened that day, pretty much almost the same as he told Caden, with a slight modification of Pac having a weapon. I think was the biggest change in the story that he gave Caden. But Did you say that, Vlad?
We talked about that part, and without giving too much away. There are some nuances in the story that in my interview that slightly differ than what he said in the book.
All right, so I played this clip because one, this is 2019. This is like 7 years ago, and two, Vlad probably paid the most he ever paid for an interview at this time for the Keefe D interview. More money than he'd ever paid for any interview. And and also third, he was reluctant to talk about it because he knew it was taboo, and he knew you're really not supposed to pay your guests.
Or he wasn't trying to give it up because he still was rolling it out. Which one? Because I'm 20-something clips throughout the month. He said he was just getting started.
Well, I'm gonna play this second clip here where we actually try to get him to talk about the payment. Here we go.
Well, I got a question regarding Keefe D because I've been dealing with this guy on and off since last year, and I could never get him to come on my platform because he's constantly asking for money.
Right.
He wants to get paid for any time he opens his mouth. So I'm assuming you had to give him some sort of, dangle something in front of him to get him to come on your platform. Because I know this dude; he's not coming on anyone's show doing an interview. So how'd you get him?
We worked something out.
You can't talk about it?
We worked something out.
Oh, man. All right. Vlad said he worked something out.
Okay, so I end up, of course, finding out how much he paid him.
Hey, but that was a good response because you ain't supposed to, talk your numbers, right? And that's what's biting them in the ASS right now.
Yeah, well, I wanted him to talk about the numbers because I wanted this to be a known thing. Because at that time, it really wasn't known. It wasn't known that, Vlad is paying for interviews. And this is 2019. And of course, I talked to, at the time, I could pick up the phone and call Keefe D. He used to come up and visit us at the Gangster Chronicles too. And he paid him $7,000. And that was considered one of the highest payouts.
Back then
in 2019, and I thought that was crazy because here's the thing. He has a book that's coming out. He's trying to promote the book. He's trying to get sales for the book. So who needs who more? Does the platform need Keefe D or do the Keefe D need the platform? And of course he needs the platforms to promote his book. So there's no real reason why he should have paid him. But, Vlad decided to pay him. Got the first interview, and then of course he went to Art of Dialogue. I don't know what he paid him. And really this is what starts it. When it starts coming out, because Vlad had never ever talked about paying for interviews until I asked him that question in 2019.
Never talked about it. It's probably been done before that, but talking about it.
He had been doing it before, and I had been finding out like, oh wow, that's what he's doing. And at the time, he was trying to keep it low key, hush hush. I don't want anyone to know about it. But of course, as he's getting more guests, he's getting more guests that come on continually. You're not going to keep that a secret that long.
If I'm Vlad, I have some NDA signed that say you can't talk about the number we come up with. You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
That's how you mess up the market, and other people be looking, pocket watching, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a great business move to do. And in your NDA, you should say that all our conversations about finances will be done privately.
Right.
You know, you have Boosie just running to the internet. You got Aries Spears running to the internet.
Boosie never said a number though.
Yeah, but he said
he wanted 5,000 more.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be talking business on the internet.
That was real cryptic.
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk this business online. And let me play this other clip by Sean Cotton. This is a clip about him talking about Pooh Shiesty wanting to charge him a certain amount of money for an interview.
Or no jumper or whatever.
Pooh Shiesty charged me 50,000.
50? What? That's the same number they're throwing out there.
And you couldn't do it?
Man, I laughed at it.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah,
I laughed at that.
Actually, somebody on his team was trying to negotiate with me, and I honestly think it was like 70, but this was like right when he got out.
Nah,
he still ain't done one, or did he do $1 million worth of? No, he did double XL.
He did $1 million worth of game too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. But it really didn't really do anything.
Nah, man, and no disrespect to him. I mean, what your worth is what you feel like you're worth. But it's just like it just doesn't make sense on the. I don't feel. I laugh at that because it's like I don't feel like people like 6ix9ine did great for me.
Yeah,
I don't know what our business was, but
yeah, it was cool.
But it did good. Finesse did good.
But that's the most I ever paid for an interview with 6ix9ine.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Pooh Shiesty $1 million worth of game. Hour and 16 minutes, 1.4 million views. So you could assume that might be what, like, 15 grand or something, maybe 10 grand. So 50 grand is like, what is that?
You said 15 or 50?
15, yeah. Like, $10,000, $15,000.
Yeah.
So where's the 50K supposed to come from?
Exactly.
But to be fair, they have a bunch of ads all over this shit. $1 million worth of game has like infinite ads.
I would have paid Pooh Shiesty max 20,000.
What's the most you paid for an interview?
Ryan Garcia, biggest flop ever.
Yeah, that's what he said last time.
Yeah, that was the biggest.
And how much was it?
20. And it's just, I don't think it flopped because of him.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the time he was saying so much shit on Twitter that YouTube had like blackballed his name. Like when you, it was so fucked up when it didn't even come up in the search engine. So I was like, damn, I just got to take this L.
Okay.
Hey, come on. All right, Adam, are you trying to follow Vlad, bro? Are you trying to, bro, are you been a copycat, bro? Because I heard Vlad say that's the most he ever paid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. This is crazy, though. But I guess when it's timely, you got to hop on it. You know what I'm saying? And like Vlad said, it was a one-off with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? He did that one time because he was probably about to go to jail or something. Like, I don't know what was going on at the time, but yeah, I think Boosie heard that. It was like, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
But you hear how secretive both Vlad and Adam are about what they paid for 6ix9ine. They ain't said it, but trust me, within a year, everyone's gonna know these numbers. So if you guys are gonna come to the internet,
I don't think nobody gonna know that one.
It's gonna within a year.
They gonna keep that close knit because Sean Collins say, "Oh yeah, he know," and then Adam know.
Okay, so you know how
that'd be dumb to let people know.
They shouldn't even be talking about this, but the fact that they're having this conversation in 6 months to a year, everyone's gonna know what Vlad paid for 6ix9ine and what Adam paid for 6ix9ine. And you can't keep this a secret for forever. If you want to keep it for a secret forever, sign the NDAs and don't talk about it on the internet.
I think that'll stay up under their head.
Nah,
they got a little close knit circle.
You want to make a wager?
Man, how long the bet go on for? But like before I get paid, because like you can't
before you get paid.
Yeah, because I can't be 50 years old. Like,
no, I'm saying that it's gonna.
Still ain't told him.
I'm saying that before the end of 2026, before this year is over, we're gonna know exactly what they paid for because they're already talking about it in vague terms.
Okay.
Who's to say that 6ix9ine is not going to tell somebody? And when 6ix9ine goes to get his next interview and he's trying to get another bag, it might come up. It's going to come up and everyone's going to know. So there's no need.
All right, we could bet it don't come out by the end of this year.
Oh, you really believe that?
We could bet.
I'm surprised you believe that that they're going to keep this a secret.
We could bet. What we betting?
I don't even want to take your money, man.
Come on, I don't feel bad for me,
I
brother.
don't want to take your money.
Tell you.
I don't want to take your money.
Now, I mean, the first thing is, I feel like you're the reason why a whole bunch of my guests are upset.
Yeah.
Because first Boosie had a problem.
You say you think or you know?
I know.
Yeah, I know too. No, it is what it is. So my thing is like, pocket watching fucks up a lot of shit, right? From a man, it's strange. From a girl, it's like natural. You know what I mean? Because a girl's like, no, babe, he just did this, he did that. They fall in love with Instagram. For a nigga to do it, and especially a nigga that says he stands on principles, I'm just talking about Boosie, I know that's your man's, but for him to pocket watch, remember, he's your boy. Like, he's been interviewing you for how many years before? No, hold on, no, wait, don't defend him. Before I interviewed with you in 2025, how many interviews, what year did he start?
Well, technically, our first interview was 20 years ago. So, but way before VladTV, when I was doing DVDs. So, 2006 was the first interview.
Came off for this. He should have way more loyalty to you if it's fucking a century. You know what's a century?
It's 100 years.
Is
a decade.
No, a decade is 10 years.
Right, so 2 decades.
So 2 decades.
Yeah.
We were both wrong. I took facts. But listen, so my thing is, I think a century is 20 years. If I'm mistaken.
No, it's 100 years.
All right, it's 100 years.
Quarter century.
Yeah.
Quarter century.
Well, quarter century is 25
He
years.
should have more loyalty to you because at the end of the day, if he's been getting money with you, not 20 years, but maybe 5 years, 6 years,
Well, like 10
or 4
years.
years.
So we started going, regular in 2016 after he got out of prison. After the Boosie situation, because Boosie heard about what you were making. Now, I never actually said what you're making, right?
Yeah.
I said you want to say it?
Can you tell the world?
You want to do it?
No, wait. I don't get it, but can you tell the world? All right, just say it.
You want to say it?
Yeah.
50,000.
So you paid me 50,000.
Right, for the first interview.
For the first interview?
Yeah.
And then from 50,000, can you tell the world what I went to?
I think he went to 15 next.
I'll hit you around my birthday. Around October, I'm like, man, look.
No, I got a sense of it because Vlad kind of said he gave a clue about the Shawn Wayans interview that when Shawn Wayans was asking for 40.
Yeah, but he giving a ballpark, bro. I'm talking about like a number.
Okay, so if it's more than, we already know it's more than what he pays Boosie, and it's less than what Shawn Wayans asked for.
What did Shawn Wayans want again? Not Shawn, Marlon.
Marlon Wayans.
What did Marlon want again?
He wanted 40.
Okay, well.
And it's more than what Boosie gets, which is 25. So, or did Vlad say?
I can't remember what.
I think Vlad might have said it was a little bit more than what Marlon asked for. Something like that. If you go back to the clip, you can go listen to the clue.
Time goes on. The interview got offered to me.
Who mentioned it initially?
Yeah, that's what I was about
well, I have a guy named Mafi who
Right.
does a lot of bookings for me.
Got it.
You probably know who he is
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, right? So he could, I've been with Mafi for like 10 years in terms of our working relationship. He's got a ton of people, including like Boosie and some of my really big guests. So he pitched it to me, and I initially said no because the amount of money was too high, right? I never paid this much for an interview. And I was doing academic show.
And you're not going to say how much you paid him?
I'll say this.
I think you should not. So I back that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we don't want everybody to know what's
I'll
possible.
say
yeah.
this. It was more than Marlon Wayans wanted.
Hey, I wonder if Shannon Sharp pays for interviews.
I think he do. I think he do.
Because I'm not sure if Shannon Sharp is independent or if he's up under a corporation when he does his show. That's also an indicator of whether they have a budget for guests, and most corporations do not.
He be having some good guests too.
Yeah,
I think Shannon. I think Club Shay pay.
I think he has developed relationships as an ESPN analyst and as a professional NFL player where he doesn't have to pay.
Most people I interview, I don't pay. You think I pay Grant Cardone? He's a billionaire. The fuck would I pay him? he doesn't need anything.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, academics, I never pay. I just go do his show afterwards.
Yeah,
I've done your show.
Yeah, academic soup is rich. Yeah,
I don't, no jumper.
Well, I don't got the budget for my show.
I don't pay Adam. The majority of people that come to my platform don't get paid. But I feel like in certain situations where it's going to cost, this person's just not going to do it for free, and they're not going to go anywhere. Like for example, like Boosie hasn't done Shannon Sharp because Shannon doesn't want to pay him. Shannon said this publicly.
Oh, Shannon, of course not. Shannon Sharp. I think certain platforms, in order for you to get bigger, you can't expect money.
Yeah.
And listen to this. I looked at the Boosie 2025 interview that he gave Vlad. I added up all the numbers from all the clips, like 30 clips. It comes out to almost 4 million views. And that can make you, depending on your CPM, that can make you around 30 to it can make you from 25 to 30 to $35,000. So Vlad is correct in some of these clips where he talks about his profit margin is only like 10,000 on a Boosie interview. And that's crazy because that's not a great profit margin.
Okay, but those are the clips, and then you go put out the full interview after all the clips roll out.
Yeah. So I used the 2025 interview because it's at least a year old, and interviews continue to get more views. So I used an older interview to see where it stands at. And let's say he got $8,000 per million views. 8 times 4, that's $32,000. So if he's paying him 25, and let's round it up to 35,000, he makes 35,000 off of it. That $10,000 profit to me is not worth all that effort because he has the overhead, Vlad does. He has the editors, Vlad does.
Right.
He's got to beep out a lot of these things, and that's extra editing.
Lights.
He's got the lighting system, and then he's got to deal with the yellow dollar signs on a lot of these videos, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. So the $10,000 profit is not even a full 10,000.
Yeah. And he touched on that. Sometimes he got to take the hit.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to pay for an interview, you should be making at least double the money.
Okay, so let's say he into paying. Well, let's say. All right, so Vlad in the paying. Maybe it'd be smarter if you got somebody that's gonna talk vulgar. You feel me? That would devalue him a little bit because like, hey man, because I know you curse up a storm. You feel me? Maybe I gotta. Your ticket ain't 40. It might be 30. Cause man, this might go yellow, not green, and you'll explain what yellow and green mean. But
well, the yellow means you're not making hardly the amount of money that you would make if it was green in terms of your YouTube on your back end. Everyone wants the green dollar sign next to their video once it uploads.
Right.
Once YouTube does their analysis of it, it can turn yellow.
Right.
And that could be the difference between making, let's say, $1,000 on a video that's green to $200 on that video. That's 80%. You could lose 80% of what it would have made if the video turns yellow. So that's something that we all got to deal with. Even when you create on your own channel, you got to deal with it on your own content sometimes.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes into this that just paying it becomes such a headache. And I'm sure that let's go through a few clips because now we're dealing with the Aries Spears situation with Vlad, which is similar to the Boosie situation, and is probably inspired by the Boosie situation by them publicly talking about money, them publicly talking about dollar amounts. And I'm gonna put that on both of them because Boosie came out saying I want 5,000 more. I would have never responded to it. This guy Vlad does a whole reaction to it, and now the floodgates are open, and now Aries Spears now got a beef with him. And I don't agree with the beef, but nevertheless, once you start putting out numbers out there, other people are going to start feeling a certain kind of way.
He monetized off that response though.
Who did?
Vlad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he know not to curse. You feel me? So that's gonna go green.
All right, so let's listen to this one clip of Vlad reacting to Aries Spears.
Okay, so with Aries Spears, we started doing interviews around 2016. And I thought Aries was extremely funny. He was witty. He had great impressions. And I just thought he was a talented dude. So we started doing interviews. And in the beginning, it was a little bit slow. And over time, it started to work out. The views went up, people got to know us, and the audience started to increase. Now, the thing about Aries, though, is that Aries would always have issues with things that are going on. So at one point—
Business-wise or just culturally?
Business-wise.
Okay.
Business-wise. So a few years ago, Aries called me, and he was like, yo, man, I can't get any acting gigs because of these clips of me talking about people. Now, it's my fault he can't get acting gigs. It's not because maybe he's not a great actor or maybe he hasn't done a major movie in 30 years since Jerry Maguire. It's my fault that he's not getting acting gigs. So I said, I'm not removing anything. You know, he wanted all the clips removed. I said, I'm not going to remove anything.
What year was this?
Oh, man, maybe about 4 years ago or so, something like that. And, you know, at one point, you know, he stopped talking to me, stopped working. Then at one point he came back and we started doing more work together. My staff would always complain that Aries was disrespectful to them.
Really?
He would show up. At one point, he forgot his towel, right? You see his towel on his leg sometimes because, you know, he sweats a lot because he's kind of overweight. And he forgot his towel. And he's like, yo, I need a towel. And Leo, my video manager, is like, well, here's some paper towels. Like, no, I need a cloth towel. So he made Leo go and run to the store and bring him back a cloth towel. At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person I've ever interviewed that needs a makeup artist every interview.
I mean,
every interview, but I'm like, that's cool.
Wait, he needs a makeup artist every interview?
Every interview.
Oh.
Every interview. So there's a makeup artist, shout out to my girl Candace, who comes early to do his makeup, and then he does the show. And I'm like, that's fine, I'll cover the cost. It is what it is. So the show continues. We're doing our thing, and you know, I like the back and forth that me and him have. And the thing about Aries is that he lives 10 minutes away from my LA studio. And unlike some of the, like my more successful comedians, like a TK Kirkland or a D.L. Hughley, he's not on tour as much. He's available more often, so a lot of times when I shoot, he's available. I'll hit him up a couple of days before, yo, a free Tuesday? Yeah, I'm free, and we do it. So
it's like
he's
the
just on a
convenient
lot.
chick at
It's
4 o'clock
convenient.
always answers.
Yeah,
I get you.
it's convenient for me, it's convenient for him, it all works out. He's 10 minutes away, he shows up, he gets his makeup done, you know, he gets to go out that.
Okay. That's an interesting segment because Aries Spears realizes I said some dumb shit on a lot of these clips. I went a little over the top. I did some major shit talking because I'm being paid as an entertainer to deliver views. And that's another issue here. Some of these guys are now double backing on these content creators saying, hey, can you take that down? Hey, I didn't like what I said on that. And what do you think Vlad's going to do? Hell no, I paid you. I paid you to say that.
No.
Yeah.
I pay you to say that.
Yeah.
You got your own, bro. You control your own mouth, bro.
Yeah.
No. I agree with I paid you. I paid you and then stand up. Unless you gonna give me my money back, like stand up.
No, even because you're gonna make more money. He's profiting off of these clips. So
No. But the way you explain to me, and I agree with your theory on when you pay people, they perform. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like they got to do a little more. So, but Vlad didn't pay him to say whatever he said. You feel me?
Well, you're technically right, but Vlad is paying him to perform. And if he goes a little extra because he's under the bright lights and the cameras and he's getting paid and he says some dumb shit, Vlad is going to benefit off of that. Straight up. Let me play another clip between Vlad responding to Aries.
Now, over time, his appearance fees were going up, right? Because the views were going up. And maybe about a year and a half ago, his videos, his clips started to go super viral on TikTok. There was these videos that me and him did together that they put these boing sounds behind, and like literally, I think hundreds of millions of views start happening on TikTok.
Yeah, it became a great little template right there. I think one of the ones is like where you said some extremely gay stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
The whole gay thing became
He had
viral.
a good reaction. Yeah.
I've always been straight.
But watching gay porn doesn't make you want to do gay shit.
Right. But I've never watched gay porn. I've scrolled past gay thumbnails. That whole thing. And look, I like to put myself out there like that and let them, kind of talk shit and everything because it creates good content. Yeah. Like, I don't really have an ego when it comes to this thing. And even all the issues he had, I'm like, fuck it, whatever. We can get over that. He needs a makeup artist. I'll get a makeup artist. He forgets his towel. Fine, we'll get him a towel. Whatever, right? So at that point, the views start going up. Now, keep in mind, I don't benefit from this. these are not my TikTok channels. These are other people's accounts.
Still promotion.
It's still promotion, but he's getting promoted more than me because here's the thing, right? And I swear to God on this. I swear that this is the absolute truth. Out of everyone that I've ever had on my show, like in terms of regular guests, I have seen Aries benefit the most because he went in the beginning from doing small comedy clubs to when our stuff started going viral and it started getting, big on TikTok and so forth, things just absolutely took off for him. He got his, and he talked about this on camera, the biggest show he's ever been paid for, Saudi Arabia. Was this the most money you ever made off a single show?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it more than twice you've ever made for a single show?
We're going to stop at the first question.
He did his biggest.
This clip right here just shows the power of our platforms.
His stock went up.
Yeah. In this example, Aries Spears needs Vlad more than Vlad needs Aries Spears. Him coming on Vlad boosts his career. It boosts his gigs. It boosts his venues. It boosts his ticket sales as a comedian. And then on top of that, he wants a charge. That's crazy. He wants a charge to come on the show. And that's cool if you're a worker, or if you're employed by Vlad, that's cool. But at some point, people just need to stop being so greedy of what the next person is getting, on an interview and be satisfied. That's how I see it. Because I don't think you should be getting paid at all. But shit, I think he was getting $4,000 an interview.
Right.
And
I think he said they went up from there.
Yeah, they did go up once or twice.
Okay.
But looking at Boosie getting 25 and you getting 4 and you feeling a certain kind of way, that's crazy. Because you're not doing Boosie's numbers
right
at all.
Or the popularity ain't the same.
I don't think anybody does Boosie's numbers now. Like in 2019, Vlad was his number one go-to. Now it's Boosie.
Right.
I'm sorry, I said Vlad. Vlad's number one go-to was Mob James in 2019.
Think so?
Yeah, because he did a list of all his top interviews back then. And I believe he had Mob James as number one for that entire year.
That was one time.
No, he did.
Was he consistently doing them numbers throughout that year?
He actually did. His second interview did some millions too.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember 19 million for the first one, and then I think now Mob James doesn't.
Probably in the 100,000s now.
Yeah, it's you have a run. You have a run, and everyone's run has a start and an ending point.
See, Boosie was averaging between 3 and 5 million.
Yeah, I just did the numbers on that 2025 one. It was 3.8 million as of now, and that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, man. Shout out Boosie, man.
Yeah.
I think Boosie and Vlad go get it together though, cause Boosie didn't understand, bro, and a lot of people that don't do content don't understand that like all them views you see a lot of times it don't equate to what you think people making. You know what I'm saying?
But Boosie does have a lot of yellow dollar signs on those clips too.
Yeah.
So if I was Vlad and I was gonna take Boosie back, it's gonna be a demotion in payment. I'm not gonna do all this work for a $10,000 profit.
Man, we go stick with the same number and let's keep business going, Boosie. That's what I say. Let's keep it pushing, man, and keep everybody out of our business moving forward. You know what I mean?
Okay, now that you mentioned Boosie, I got another Vlad responding to Aries and linking Boosie to the conversation. And some people believe that this is all about Boosie. Mm-hmm. Although I think Aries will deny this. But you can't ignore the impact that the Boosie conversation has had.
Right.
Let's play this clip here.
A month and a half ago, he asked to raise his appearance fee again. I looked at the numbers and I'm like, cool, let's do it. Let's do it. The numbers are slowly getting better. And I'm like, yo, let's do it. Makes perfect sense. And he would say things like, yo, to all y'all haters out there who, talking shit about me doing this show, I get 5 digits every time I do an interview here. I get 5 digits while y'all sit at home and do nothing. Shoot. I get 5 digits.
It ain't like I'm on there for free. He pays me.
Correct.
He pays me a nice 5 figures.
Yeah.
So if my choice is either stay home on a Tuesday and do nothing and earn nothing, or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures, where I could not make anything, what am I gonna do?
No, I agree.
I'm gonna make the money and I get to check them.
And I let him run with this story, but that was a lie.
Oh man,
he was not getting 5 digits.
You know, it's typical hip hop. You know, you got to say you got a color TV when everyone got black and white.
Exactly. He was making 4,000 an episode.
Okay.
Right, 4,000.
Still pretty good. I do want to put it out
pretty
there.
good. Still pretty good. And here's the interesting part as we get into the Boosie part. He's doing it pretty much every month.
Okay.
Right? So you talk about Boosie, you know.
Probably every other month.
Every 6 months at this point. Okay. He's doing shit every month.
Okay.
So really he's kind of making Boosie money, but it's just, you know, more often. So that's how much he's really getting, and he was just raised up. So then the Boosie situation happens. Right? Boosie goes on live, says, oh, I'm not doing Vlad anymore because he's not going to raise me up 5,000 without any background as to how much he was already getting paid. So I do that video. I think it's at like 700,000 views or something, where I break down how Boosie was getting 25,000.
Yo, Vlad, after you did that response and you realized you probably made your 25,000 off responding to him, didn't you say, you know, come on, Boosie, I got you with your extra 5. Come on, Boosie. Like, you kind of you got to use those response videos, even this, as like, this is a subsequent budget for when you guys get disgruntled, I could throw a little more on the pot. Because let's be honest, like, they're giving, when I saw Boosie in the car, just sit there and kind of like just rant.
Well, if I'm getting 25K from Vlad and I'm on that motherfucker how many times a year? And now I ask for 35, I haven't been on there for seven months. How am I asking for too much money?
I don't think that logic even makes sense, what Boosie just said.
No, I didn't, but man, hey, man, they need to get back together, and cause I already said DL Hughley my favorite regular, but behind DL is gonna be Boosie.
Well, Boosie's gonna try to do his own content, and we're gonna see how successful he is doing that. We know how difficult it is. I know you know how it is, how challenging it could be. But a lot of guys who haven't done it, they just think, oh, all right, no problem, I can do this. It's easy. First of all, you got to build a platform. You don't just dropping content. You got to build a channel, and that takes some time. And then once you build it, then you got to put out the content. Then you got to do it consistently. I don't think Boosie has the temperament to be on the creator side of YouTube. This is a clip where Aries Spears believes that the comments justify him asking for more money. And you and I have talked about the comments. The comments, yes, we like the comments because it's engagement and it increases the video. It enhances the video, the comments. But at the end of the day, what people say in the comments is the most unimportant part of the equation.
Right.
You know, and we should never be driven by comments. But I thought this was really interesting. It's surprising to come from a guy like Aries Spears. He's a seasoned entertainer. He's been in the business for over 20-something years as a comedian. And here's here's what he had to say, trying to justify a bump in pay from Vlad.
No, I'm fine with being transparent with people because I have nothing to hide, right? I'm fair with people. With most of the regular guests on my show, I'm the only person that pays them, period. Every other platform they go to is free, right? Breakfast Club, free. Drink Champs, free. Big Boy, free. Academics, free.
Well, you kind of create the market for yourself, though.
I did. So I don't complain about it. I don't cry about it, but that's the reality of it. So the $25,000 thing comes out. I'm out with my kids, right? We're doing like an escape room, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm out with my twins. We're doing an escape room, and I'm enjoying my time with my kids. So then I get these text messages from Aries. Yo, Boosie's getting 25,000. We need to renegotiate. And look at these comments. Look at these YouTube comments. I only watch VladTV when Aries on. Yo, Aries needs a raise. Aries is my favorite guest. He's the only one I watched. And I said, well, first of all, you just got raised up. You get nowhere near the views of Boosie. nowhere near the views. Like, Boosie's just a way bigger figure. The shows that Boosie does are massive compared to what Aries Spears does. Like, Boosie on camera is way more entertaining than damn near anybody. Boosie's a force, man. He's an awesome personality. And on top of it, when I told him, you know, the whole thing with Boosie getting paid 25, Boosie was really getting paid 20, but then I figured out a way to get him more money by doing house tours. You see what I'm saying? So it's really 20 plus 5 for the house tour. And a lot of times the interview might not make the 20, but the house tour will make some extra money. And overall, it makes money. Me and Aries don't do house tours. And I'm like, fam, like, you just got raised up. We can't have a conversation based on YouTube comments.
And I have to agree with Vlad 1,000% on that.
Right.
The comments on any video is probably represents a half of a percent of your total viewership. So basically you have 99.995% of your viewers never leave a comment. What do they think? You know, so you can't, not only you cannot base it on comments, the comments are such a small slice of your viewership. It's something unique about people who leave comments. You know, majority of the people don't. And I thought Aries Spears was a bit immature to think that because you got some great, you got a fan base that's going to leave great comments about you. It's pointless. When I left the Gangster Chronicles in 2019, man, there were hundreds and hundreds of comments saying, "Bring Alex Alonso back. This show ain't the same." And I knew none of that was going to matter. I knew that those comments weren't going to have me back on the show at all. I ignored the comments, even though they were all in my favor. You're going to have that. If you were to leave straight politicking right now, Munchie, I'm going to get 100 comments. Where Munchie be at? How many comments we got about Mariah? Where Mariah at?
We miss you, Mariah.
Yeah. No, you don't make any business decisions based on the comments.
Yeah, that ain't a good metric for what he trying to what he trying to put on for. But I guess I look at the comment section as like a progress report from video to video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they fickle. You might have I think everybody in media gonna have their week. Everybody, and they gonna hate you in the comments. So, I mean, you might get into it with your girlfriend on Saturday. Go do some content with Vlad, and all the women in the comments gonna be on your head. So, like, that ain't a good metric, bro. So,
nah. And another great point that Vlad made is that most of these platforms are not paying, and you go on them all the time. Breakfast Club, they're not paying you a dime to come on there. Big Boy here in Los Angeles. Big Boy ain't breaking you off no money to come on that show. You know, Drink Champs, Nori and DJ EFN, they're not paying you to come on there. And he threw Academics in there. Academics is not paying you to come on his show. And that's just the way it is for a majority of platforms. It is these YouTube creators that are independent that are paying. And Vlad definitely, I believe, Vlad opened up the floodgates for that. And now you got Art of the Dialogue. Art of the Dialogue, his channel does great. He's in major competition with Vlad. I was reading somewhere that Art of the Dialogue actually uses the same font on the thumbnail that Vlad does, so that you can think you're clicking on a Vlad interview. And I looked at the font once and I was like, oh shoot, he does do his thumbnail exactly the way Vlad does. But hey, this is business. This is everyone's trying to get an edge. So that dude's channel is incredible, but he's paying.
Yeah, no, I'll be tapped in.
Yeah,
I'll be tapped in.
And you could hear Sean Cotton's frustration with what he's going through paying for artists.
Yeah, but you gotta finish how you start. Sean Cotton shouldn't have started it.
Well, you want to get that Charleston White interview. You know, Charleston White is not important for me to interview and for most people to interview, but you're thinking, okay, I need to do 1 million views this month. I need to do 2 million or 5 million. F it. I'm a pay the dude. And I have more clips here, but I have a clip of Sean Cotton basically talking about how Charleston White is complaining now because he gets a lot of negative coverage based on the interviews he's done for Say Cheese.
I call cap on that, but I heard him.
Yeah.
I call cap.
Will we be seeing another Charleston White Say Cheese interview?
I don't know, man. Cause he walking around telling people I'm the reason he stay in beef. I got a long list at home. Damn, I wish I would have brought it. It's like this long of people he's beefing with.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so then the clip that I just did
5% of those, no. 95% of those people I never even like you. He's beef like I don't have.
Now we're cool.
Okay,
until
now.
this interview, I don't know where that goes.
Yeah.
But, you know, but like when I was talking to Unk, I went through the whole. I searched Charleston White Say Cheese, and I read like 10, 15 titles, and none of the titles were like anything. Like none of them were titled unfairly. Every single one was like basically what he talked about.
He's mad about Oskino, bro.
Because Oskino said what about him?
Oskino Charleston dissed Gilly's son,
right?
Who died?
Yeah.
Oskino's son died too,
right?
In a car wreck. So Oskino went after Charleston for dissing Gilly because Oskino's real respected in Philly and shit like that,
right?
And then that's really what led on to it. Oskino really never liked Charleston, but Charleston can come on my platform and say whatever. But the one time somebody comes on my platform and people because people like Oskino,
right?
Then it's a problem. It started with the Oskino shit.
Okay.
And then he called me. I'm out Christmas shopping. Charleston White called me 3 times. We were supposed to do an interview. I'm waiting on my camera people. I didn't answer. And then he says he feels betrayed. He got in his feelings about that.
Yeah.
That's really that, bro. That's really that.
So you think the other reasons, like the titles or whatever, that's kind of imaginary?
No, bro. What the heck goes? People are doing that to him after our interview.
Right.
He just did an interview doing the same shit.
Right.